Hello fellow makeup lovers, how are you guys doing? Today I thought it'd be fun to go ahead and just do a full face of makeup with y'all, and I kind of just picked out a bunch of products from my collection that I have not used in a while and just some neglected things. What I'm most excited about is that I picked out these two palettes that I have from Juvias Place, and I just thought it'd be a really cute look. So I have the Warrior 2 palette here, which is an all matte palette that's kind of like a mixture of some warm tones and some cool tones. I figure I'll probably stick more to the cool tones. And then I also pulled out the Douce palette from Juvia's Place, and I just thought I would use some of the shimmers in here. I don't know. I just felt really inspired putting them together. So I think I'm actually just gonna go ahead and start off with my face before I do my eyes. So the primer that I picked out is the Milani Prime Correct Face Primer, and this is the one that's supposed to correct redness, which I thought would be nice for today. I mean, I have like a little bit of redness going on. I haven't been using primer that consistently lately. I've mostly just been using a moisturizer and it works well enough. And then for foundation, I also pulled out the Milani foundation stick. It's the Conceal and Perfect one, shade 200 Porcelain. I kind of just went through my foundation drawer and tried to pick whatever I just haven't used in a really long time, which definitely would be my foundation sticks in general. Like, I went through this phase where I was just obsessed with foundation sticks, and now like I'm like more all about the skin tint life, and that's what I've been wearing every single day. I'm just gonna take a sculpting brush from Real Techniques and just blend that in. It looks good. I just, with summer and everything, I've been reaching for more light coverage and just more thin on the skin, and yeah. Okay, for concealer, I have the Colourpop Pretty Fresh Concealer in the shade Fair 05W, and this one was funny to me because I actually wanted to use this a little while ago when I did like a full face of Colourpop, like haul kind of thing. I wanted to pull this in with the Colourpop Pretty Fresh Moisturizer or Tinted Moisturizer, but I couldn't find it, and I just found it today. It was in the wrong drawer, and it was like hidden at the bottom, so I thought I would go ahead and use it just for a little bit underneath my eyes, and then just a tiny bit to spot conceal. I use the Anissa Beauty angled concealer brush. So good. This is gonna give like a medium coverage, I would say, but it's been a hot minute since I used it. I mean, I feel like that looks pretty good. Okay, so I pulled out a powder, and I kind of forgot about this one. I've just been using the same powder literally all summer. I've just been using the Evolution powder from Danessa Myricks. I don't know if you can tell, like, I think I'm making some good usage in that, and it's good, but it's just like a very, very light powder, and there's definitely been days when I guess I probably should have just tried to use something else because it's been so hot. And summer's almost over, so now it doesn't really matter, but I pulled this back out. It's the Too Faced Peach Perfect powder, and I was like, oh yeah, that one was pretty good at setting the face. So I just thought I would try out a little bit. I have some cream products I want to go in with, so I'm not going to use it too heavily, but I'll probably just do, ooh, actually I can't remember. This might oxidize underneath my eyes. Ooh, I think it does, if I remember correctly. Okay. I'm just gonna grab a little tiny bit on like a bigger, on like a fluffy powder brush, and then just lightly dust that on the outskirts of my face. And I guess I'll be brave and I'll just try a tiny little bit underneath the eyes. Okay, next for bronzer, I pulled out the Essence Pure Nude Highlighter in the shade Be My Highlight. I have not reached for this in a hot minute, but I feel like I've talked about it a lot of times over the course of my channel. It's just a very glowy, like bronzy highlight, but for me, being super fair, it's a bronzer. I'm just gonna pick up a little bit of that on an angled brush and just add a little bit of that like bronzy glow to my skin. Just blends in so nice. So I guess we'll kind of stop the face there and go ahead and do the eyes now. I feel like I've been pretty consistent with the eye primers that I use, but there is one that I haven't touched in a long time, and that is the Danessa Myricks Color Fix Invisible Eyeshadow Base. I just don't use this as much because it's just completely invisible, and like the container that it's in is kind of like hard to get out. So it's not my favorite packaging, but I'll just go ahead and throw that on. Still does a decent job though. I'm super excited for eyeshadow today. So I'm gonna go ahead and start off with the Warrior 2, and I'm gonna take the shade Zazz to highlight underneath my brow bone and kind of set a little bit. Just gonna throw a little bit of that right here. All right, and then right underneath that, I'm gonna go ahead and go into this shade Canna. And I guess we'll just go ahead and throw that through my entire crease. Just to start off with, I don't know that I love this brush for this. Second, I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side and then grab another brush. Just grabbing that on something a little bit more fluffy. Working it through the crease and then blending upwards. I'm gonna go ahead and take a really small blending brush and go into this shade right here, Walzana. Starting that off on my outer V and then just lightly blending that in. I think that's looking a little bit better. I'm gonna go back into my previous brush. Just blend over that edge. Guess maybe just for the heck of it, I'll go into a little bit of the black shade in here. This one right here called Shawada. Just taking a little tiny touch of that for my outer V. I feel like I'm trying to focus, but I can't stop thinking about donuts. I feel like I might be making a trip to Krispy Kreme when I'm done filming. Okay, I'm not sure exactly how the lower lash is gonna end up going yet, but I'm gonna take this shade right here and just connect just the outer third of the lower lash line to what's happening on the lid. Now, let's look at the shimmer options. Part of me wants to go very neutral and part wants to add like a pop of color. Maybe I could just do like a pink lid with the cool tones and then do the silver. You know what? I think that might be what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and start off with this shade Mont Blanc. I'm gonna pop that along my lower lash line. Gotta love a good sparkly silver moment. All right, next I'm gonna go ahead and go into this duochrome right here. It's kind of like a white to pink shifting shade. And I'm gonna put that on my inner corner. Just kind of blend that into the silver a little bit. Ooh, that looks super pretty. Like it turned into like a super like girly smoky eye with like the pop of pink. I like it. It's a fun take. I'm just gonna take the shade Puffs with my finger and pop that all over the lid. Okay, and then once I have that on for the most part, I'm just gonna go back into the blending brush I used with the darkest shade and just go over the outer V and make sure it's nice and soft. Okay, I guess for my lower lash line, I'm gonna go ahead and take the LA Girl Glide On Liner in the shade Silver Streak, just for that extra little pop of silver. And then I'm gonna go into the Makeup Geek Extension Effect Mascara. I've just been using this randomly. My favorite mascara right now is the Thrive Cosmetics one, but I'm almost like finished with that too, but I really need to repurchase it. So we'll just go ahead and do this one for now. Okay, so now for blush, I pulled out this Paul & Joe cream blush, or gel blush technically, and the shade is 02. It's just like a really beautiful soft pink color, and I knew I wanted to do something more cool toned, so I thought I would use this today. Just gonna pick up a little bit, just pop it on. I love how this feels because it does have like more of like that gel, like soft bouncy kind of formula. So it's kind of like cool on the cheeks, but also it kind of has that like old lady grandma smell, so it's an interesting product, but I think that it does work really well. For highlighter, I'm pretty sure I've only ever used this once, and I don't know that I loved it. I can't even remember. This is the Berry M Liquid Chrome Highlighter Drops, and it's like a white to pink shifting like duochrome. The shade, I don't even see a shade on here, but I figured I would go ahead and try it out again today and maybe just use just a little bit on the top of my finger and just blend it in, give it another shot. Of course, then I was thinking just now too that the eyeshadows in the Douce palette from Juvias Place work really well as highlighters too. But I think that looks okay. It's just more of like, you can kind of see that like shift of pink, but it's like more of a subtle highlight. And then for lips, I pulled out 2 different lipsticks that I haven't used in a while that I thought might work out. So one that I have is Colourpop Stone Fox, which is just like a very bright kind of cool tone pink. I don't know. I mean, technically I guess it would work, especially with the pink vibes going on. And then I also have this Dose of Colors lipstick in the shade Brulee. Yeah, that one's like a little bit less baby pink. I don't know. I'm kind of feeling the baby pink though at the same time. Like maybe I should just try it out. I'm just gonna go in with the Colourpop one. Let's see. Oh lordy. Alright y'all, so this is the finished look and I actually love how it turned out. I feel like something about like the smoky eye and like going really cool tone, but having all the different pops of pink is just like a really fun, kind of like cute, different mixture. I'm feeling it, so I hope you enjoyed the video and just like a little break, not focusing on anything new, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.